everything ends eventually. E3 has been canceled for 2023 and possibly forever, and honestly I don't really care. E3 over the years have been less appealing to watch as I got older, and for a while I wondered why. Back in 2014 I was always excited to sit in my dad's basement for days and watch the entire showcase, all 5 days or however long it lasted. Now I can't be bothered to even think about it. The only time it crosses my mind now is when I hear that a publisher isn't showing up to the event. None of the heavy hitters are going to be there, and now almost none of the smaller publishers are going to be there either. So again, I started to wonder why this is happening. Why has E3 been canceled? It's supposed to be the biggest gaming event of the year. It's the WrestleMania of the video game events. Well, I have a few thoughts on that, but first let's briefly go over what E3 is. The 3 E's in E3 stands for Electronic Entertainment Expo. It's an event held in LA where publishers and developers would talk about what they're currently working on. This is usually where new consoles and games were announced, and the journalists that went there, they had a chance to experience all these reveals firsthand. And the event has always had some kind of crazy moment that will always be remembered. There was the very awkward Wii musical back in 2008. We also had Keanu Reeves promoting Cyberpunk 2077, Sony dropping the $600 price tag bomb for the PlayStation 3, and my personal favorite, Shigeru Miyamoto making the creative director and developer of Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, Davide Soliani, I hope I got that right, he made him cry as he presented his own game, which was, honestly, it was a really heartwarming thing. I loved seeing it. But all these moments and celebrity appearances made E3 worth watching, but now the show's been canceled, and I think I have a few reasons as to why this happened. The first reason is very simple and very obvious. Everyone is leaving. Starting with Nintendo, Sony, and Xbox, they all backed out. But it wasn't just the heavy hitters that backed out. Smaller publishers like EA, Ubisoft, and Sega, they're not coming either. There are probably more that I'm missing, but these are the main ones that I can remember off the top of my head. They have all decided to leave E3, with the majority choosing to host their own shows. Publishers hosting their own little events, I actually understand why they're doing this. First of all, E3 is too goddamn long. This year's event, before it got canceled, was supposed to be at least 5 days long. The main thing wrong with this is that nobody has time for that. Most young gamers don't have the attention span for it, and adult gamers still have to work. The only people that really have time for this are gaming journalists and content creators. The second reason falls in line with the first reason. E3's presentation format is old and it doesn't really work anymore. It's too long. It's a chore to sit through. It's like trying to sit through 3 hours of Monday Night Raw. Each day would go like this. They'll start us off with a whole bunch of talking, then they'll show us some gameplay. They'll bring out someone else to talk, and then they'll show us some more gameplay. That person brings another person out to talk, and then they'll show us some more gameplay, so on and so forth. They might throw in a hardware reveal, or they might throw in a celebrity appearance or a concert, who knows. But at the end of the day, they'll just recap the whole event for the rest of the day, mind you, like we didn't just watch this whole damn thing. Rinse and repeat this for, about a week, and then you got your whole entire E3 event every year. Publishers and developers realize that this no longer works, and that's why we have all these online events now. We have Nintendo Direct, we have PlayStation State of Play, and the newest one to join the party is Xbox and Bethesda's Developer Direct. Really gotta think of a better name for this, especially with Activision Blizzard King joining soon. Why not Inside Xbox? I don't think they're using that anymore. The best things about these kind of online events is that they take about 30 to 40 minutes to complete, which is a lot better than sitting for hours for like a week waiting for an E3 event to finish. These events allow companies to announce what they want, when they want, and whatever format works for them, which is why others like Ubisoft are planning to do their own event. I'm sure EA is probably going to do something. They might bring back EA Play or something. Not sure what Sega's going to do though. But my third and final reason is that developers are more in touch with their communities now more than ever. When E3 was in its prime, social media wasn't always used to talk directly to developers if you had comments, concerns, or complaints. But now, there's Twitter and Discord. Some devs use Reddit, I guess, but I don't know who in their right mind would do that. But every developer now has at least one of these to keep in contact with their fans in a more direct way. For example, ZeniMax is a big publisher with multiple teams under it, and each one of these teams has their own Twitter page dedicated to the games that they released. You want to keep up to date with Redfall? You don't go to Tango Gameworks Twitter, you go to Arcane Studios Twitter. The next Elder Scrolls Online update has issues? Well, don't go to id Software's Twitter looking for a fix, go to the Elder Scrolls Online Twitter. It's how gaming works, and now there's not really a place for E3 in there anymore. There's an argument that could be made about other gaming events like the Tokyo Game Show and the Game Awards being more popular than E3 playing a role in this, but that requires calculating both in-person attendance and online viewership, and I'm not about to do all that. So that's where I'm going to end this for today. What are your thoughts about E3's cancellation? Do you think there are more reasons as to why this is happening, and do you think E3 will ever recover? Please leave your thoughts down in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.